Good morning, everyone. Hi there. This is Stock Markets with Bruce. That's the name of this channel here on YouTube, which just celebrated its 20th anniversary, I think, yesterday. Congratulations, YouTube. 20 years of existence. I'm known as Uncle Bruce on this channel. I have another channel called Traveling with Bruce, which I started 7.5 years ago. It's going to be 8 years in August that I've been on the air. My God, unbelievable here. This channel started in 2020, and we're going to hit the 5-year anniversary this year of this channel already. 5 years, my God, unbelievable. Welcome all to the program and the channel where the old man tries to explain to you in plain English what's going on and why you need to know what's going on, and also who tries to help you understand and become perhaps an option writer rather than a gambler. This is the channel where people become little tiny casinos rather than gamblers on the floor. They're the house. And you take the other side of the stock market trades. You take the money side. You make money. You let the gamblers take all the risk, lose all their dough, and watch them scramble to try to get more money and come back next week to gamble some more. You keep getting richer and richer. You're the one with the fountains. You're the one with the free drinks. You're the one with the entertainment. You're the one making the money. Welcome to the program. And thank you for joining me from wherever you are on the planet. A number of you have joined me in the last year or two and have really noticed when you come in here as a brand new viewer, this guy talks about a lot of different trading scenarios here on the options market, covering the world events and trying to relate it to us on why we should care. And for some folks who come here, they last a day or two and then they're gone. They just are overwhelmed with how much we actually do talk about. Whereas my regulars, they stop once in a while and kind of go, I remember 3 years ago when I first came to this channel and started hanging out here, I was having a tough time figuring it out. And then after like a month or two, I really was getting most of it. And then after a while, I took the classes that he's talking about here, like he has them on sale. And I became part of the Discord channel. I became a Gold Bagel member, and now I just live for this stuff. I live for the news that comes out of here, the interpretation, and it all makes sense now. I get it. Now I understand why he keeps talking about all this stuff. Why do I need to know what's happening in Beijing and Tel Aviv and Vienna and London and Paris and Berlin and Georgetown or Cape Town or Tokyo or Sydney, Australia, or Toronto? Why do I need to know this? Oh, I know I need to know, because it affects my markets, and if it affects my markets, it affects my wallet. Okay, I get it now. Today, my show tonight, this show right here, it's the title: Foreign-based hedge funds dump U.S. stocks and bonds to de-risk from over-leveraged positions. I mean, there's a title. I mean, that's a mouthful, isn't it? What does this mean in plain English? The bottom line is there is money overseas that plays the U.S. markets all the time, always has, always will. But there's a certain percentage of very large entities called hedge funds run by money managers, some based in America, many based outside of America, and certainly funded with outside America money. We're talking about money from European investors, Middle East investors, Asia investors, South America, Africa. So we're talking about the planet other than America. And we are talking about trillions of dollars in play. I'm not talking about a couple $1 million here. This is a lot of money. And a number of these hedge funds, in varying degrees, some maybe only 5 to 10% of their portfolios, others 100%. It varies, have turned their backs on the United States. They've just thrown their hands up and said, this is it. This is enough. This is complete BS, and we're not interested in being a part of it with our money, hedge fund operators, those who run hedge funds, are hired guns that manage very wealthy people's money. And they manage, sometimes they manage private corporations, private businesses that have 200 employees or 500 employees somewhere in the Mideast or whatever, and their pension money is in this hedge fund, and they're managing foreign pension money. They're managing very wealthy people that give them, 20 million each, 50 million each. They've got hundreds of these people who've given them a ton of dough to manage. And these people are based everywhere, and they can afford to live anywhere they want and go anywhere they want to go, but they rarely come to the United States because most of their world is in Asia and the Middle East and so on. They live a very good lifestyle, but they have hired people to manage money for them globally, and they're involved in Asian investments. They're into Mideast investments. They're into European investments, South America, Africa, and America. And these international funds that have trillions of bucks are watching, just like I'm watching from as a Canadian, as you are watching from wherever you are, including America, what is happening every day in Washington. And there are a certain number of international hedge funds who've said, this is crap. What's going on in Washington makes no goddamn sense, is completely unsustainable, hasn't got a hope in hell of working, and we don't trust this guy. We just don't trust these people in the White House right now because they are like all over the map with crazy rules and policies and executive orders and rescinding and adjusting and reciprocal and this and that. We're out of here. When you guys get your act together, we'll talk again, because there's many other places to put money to work other than just America. And so how do international hedge funds walk out of the U.S.? Simple. They use something like this, a finger, and they go to their keyboard and they go, boop, hit the sell button and get out. And very quietly and very discreetly, money has flowed out of America back to where it came from to go to other places. Dollars have left American currencies to go into European bonds, into European stocks, into Asian bonds or stocks, or gold, or copper, or oil future, I don't know, just wherever, but not into the, quote, American diehard economy. Then get out of the Magnificent Seven stocks, get out of U.S. Treasuries, and move our money into British pounds or into euros or into krona, or for now, just park it somewhere else until we figure out what they're doing, until they can figure out what they're doing. And that's what's been happening here. And this is why we have seen 5,000, 6,000 Dow points evaporate in 2 months, 60 days. 2 months, gone. Trillions of dollars of value have been just gone. The S&P is down significantly. The NASDAQ is down significantly. And we're sitting here going, is there going to be an update today? We were up 400 yesterday, but we were up 1,200 on the Dow at one point yesterday morning. We were only up 400. We were up 1,000 the day before, but we were down 1,000 on Monday. So we're only up 400 for the week. And right now we're down 170. So we're only up 230 points for the week. And this is Thursday. What is not happening? Well, you know what's not happening? Money isn't coming back. That's what's not happening. Foreign currency is staying away. Because foreigners are not stupid. They're very sharp people. If you can survive in the Mideast, if you can survive in certain parts of this world as a money manager, surviving in America is easy. It's easy to survive in America compared to other places. And these folks are going to other places because they're walking away from the clown show. They're walking out of the clown show. Wingnuts in the White House? Are you kidding me? I don't want any part of these people. And so they're gone, and they won't be back maybe until after the midterms, or maybe until the next president takes over. And even then, who would be the next president and what will be the policies? It could be a wait and see attitude like this. I'm going to wait and see. In the meantime, we'll be busy, they say. There are 100-story tall condos being built in Dubai. There are buildings, massive projects built in Abu Dhabi. Riyadh is busier than hell. India is expanding like you can't believe. Singapore is busy. Vietnam is exploding with economic activity. We have places to go, they say, that don't need to be American based. That's the last thing we need. We can move our money around the rest of the planet and get back to you later when you figure it out. That's what's being said to the stock market and the bond market of America. And that's why your US dollar, those of you who are Americans, or those of you who care what the American dollar is worth, and that is a lot of people care what the American dollar is worth against all the other currencies, noticing the US dollar fall in value against many other currencies. This isn't good. This is not good for holders of US debt. Any outsiders, or insiders or outsiders, anyone in America or outside of America that is holding US bonds as an investment for their pension fund, for their retirement plans, are watching bond prices fall and are watching the value of the bonds fall because of the declining value of the currency. So an American who lives in America is going, I don't see any difference, Bruce. My country prints these bonds every week and just, raises a ton of money to pay for these deficits of ours. Interest rates are 4.3%. What's the deal? So what? Well, at the end of the day, America has to pay that back off. And that means America has to print more dollars with the Federal Reserve. They have to create more dollars through their treasury to roll over these bonds. And that is less money for certain other parts of the U.S. economy. It's just bad news. It's a lower standard of living for Americans. Where you'll find it, where it'll hit you between the eyes, two places. Eventually, later this year, it'll start to really show up. This Christmas season is going to be bad. This Christmas season is going to be a nightmare for retailers. You're going to go to a retail store to look for something to buy for someone for Christmas. Maybe you're on a Secret Santa list, or a relative, or the whole family, and you're going to go, my God, I've got to cut back my spending. I cannot believe what I used to be able to get for $24.99 is now $34.99. I got to buy for 10 people. I can't afford to pay 40% more than last year for Christmas present. That's the first place. The second place you're going to get it is you've worked hard all year. You and your wife and children and family and whatever, you're single, you got a girlfriend, a boyfriend, you just want to get away for a holiday. And you're thinking, well, yeah, maybe next summer, let's get away next summer to Europe. And you're going to price a trip to Europe. And your jaw is going to hit the floor when you go, oh my God, London. To go to England next year is like 30% more than last year. We went to Paris 2 years ago and we spent X amount, we got to pay 40% more in American funds because the American dollar has collapsed against foreign currencies. It's going to get very expensive to travel, and that knocks out another certain percentage of Americans that will not go anywhere. They're going to have to stay home. They're locked in. That's called a reduction in the standard of living. Nothing personal. I'm not picking on Americans. Canadians are getting sucked into this vortex too because the Canadian dollar is pegged to the US dollar somewhat. And when the American dollar drops, the Canadian dollar rises a little, but not as much as the American dollar is dropping, which means the Canadian dollar is dropping against European currencies and Asian currencies. Now, Canadians are going, oh shit, we can't go on a holiday either. We didn't do these tariffs. We don't even have tariffs. And yet we're being affected by this stuff. Welcome to the party, pal. Yeah, not good. It's happening elsewhere. It is what it is. Factories are not going to be built in the United States. I don't care what any of these clowns talk about. They are in dreamland. No way in hell will a factory show up magically in the United States making product that can be made overseas for half the price. And the rest of the world buys from that overseas factory, not from America, believe me, no one is going to buy anything that's made in the United States that is double the price or half as expensive as anywhere else in the world. Myanmar made goods, and Chile made goods, and Vietnamese made goods, and you name any of the 160 odd countries, name all of them. People will buy around the world product made somewhere else other than made in America if it's less expensive. Nothing personal. It's just business. That's all this is. It's business, and it's smart business. And that's how this game is played, and it's going to be played. American made merchandise is a pipe dream, an absolute pipe dream. Yeah, cars are made in the United States. You know what kind of cars are made in the United States? Garbage. Fords, Chryslers, and GM cars are made in the United States. Crap. Compare them to foreign-made product. Quality control, longevity, garbage. We make crap. I'm sorry. I'm just not a fan. You want to compare an Audi or a BMW or a Volkswagen or some other brands to a North American brand? Good luck. Yeah, okay, if you need a 4x4 to go mountaineering and say, okay, you'll buy a Jeep. But Jeeps are garbage. And Jeeps are from the Second World War. And they've been modernized and what have you, but boy, are they expensive to maintain. And a used Jeep drops in price so badly because they leak oil and transmission fluid and they're garbage. This is nothing to be proud of. Honestly, nothing to be proud of. It is what it is. The outside world has moved on. It's just moving on. And the outside world saying, hey, thanks, America. It's been fun. We really enjoyed being with you. We love your jeans, but we buy them now made in Sri Lanka. We love your Nike shoes, but they were never made in the United States. Nikes were never made in America. Let's be honest. We've always worn Vietnamese made, Taiwanese made Nikes, okay? Apple anything has never been made in America, but we love the product. Oh, God, gosh darn it, we love the product. Well, let's get real. You're not going to make this stuff in the United States. There's no damn way. But for some reason, some 80-year-old fart in the White House is thinking the 50s and 60s like he just won the Second World War. This guy is like out of reality. Like, wake up, pal. But no, when you're a billionaire or theoretically a billionaire, you don't have to wake up to reality. You can stay in your own little world. And if you can convince other billionaires your age to fund you so that you can give them big, fat tax breaks, because that's all they're in it for. They don't love this guy. They just love his tax policies. They're going to help you get elected. And why America falls for these guys, I don't know. Right now, the big push going on, one of the big things going on, I don't know if you heard about this, but there are a whole bunch of university students who have they're in their last year of college now, the second last year, scrambling to delete any commentary they've ever written in any of the student newspapers or article pieces. They are trying to get off the record anything about anything political that they've said in the last 3, 4, 5 years. Because what they've noticed is that a certain number of thousands, upwards of thousands of university students have disappeared. They've just like China, we'll see a headline like the number 2 defense chief of China hasn't been seen in 4 days. The number 1 banker, or the president of XYZ bank in China hasn't reported to work in a week, and nobody knows where he is. We know where he is. He's at a police station being interrogated by the Chinese authorities for being too capitalistic. And he's being re-educated. And he's going to be regurgitated, and he's going to stay at home for a while. He's going to rest for a while. There are university students that have just disappeared off the streets of the United States. International students, they're not around. They haven't been charged with a crime. They haven't got in front of a judge. They're in a detention center run by a private corporation that makes an awful lot of money from the American people, these private prisons. Oh, God, they do well. And these folks can't get to a lawyer because they're 1,000 miles from where they were living. And their lawyer is in their home. Theoretically, if they had a lawyer, it would be in their hometown, in their home state. They're in another state 3 time zones away, and they can't get a phone call because they are not entitled to one. And there's no recourse because they haven't been charged with a crime. They are being charged with breaking their green card and immigration blah, 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 blah. You said something about Palestine 5 years ago? Off you go. Oh, wow. Holy crap. You came to America originally because it's a land of the free, and the First Amendment allows you the freedom to speak. Not now. No, we changed the rules. See, you're now a terrorist. You see, we've decided that freedom of speech means you're a terrorist, you see. This is just like China. This is just like Russia. An American woman was just returned to the United States last week in a prisoner swap. Her crime, 5 years ago, she made a donation through some kind of a fundraising drive that ended up putting money, $50 towards a Ukrainian charity of some kind. Somehow she ends up in Russia. I don't know how, but she was in Russia, and she gets arrested for terrorism. And the sentence was 12 years. 12 years for making a donation through an American charity 5 years ago, before there was a war between Ukraine and United States, Russia, I should say. And she was arrested and locked up, and she was released last week on a prisoner exchange. Giddy up. Where are we going? Where are we headed? What's happening? What's up here? Unbelievable. So anyway, I'm just saying, the outside world is looking at America going, what the hell are you doing? What are you up to over there? And what are you so afraid of? What are these people in Washington so damn afraid of? Americans speaking their minds, and or landed immigrants or green card holders or anyone's position. It is what it is. It's insane. And so foreign hedge funds have already been tracked, and they are easy to track. It's easy to track foreign money in and out, and this is why this news is out. That trillions of dollars have been moving, and a certain number of billions of these dollars are leaving America one click at a time. One click at a time. Any rally in the market, sell, get out, sell, get out. Here, I'm telling you kids every day, and I've been begging you now for 6 months, if not longer, consider option writing from a call credit spread position. Write out of the money call options. Write, if you can, out of the money cash secured puts. Offer to buy stock back at a discount by writing cash secured puts. Go cash only, sell your stock, have cash only, and write contracts instead. And put the gamble into the investment to the buyers of these contracts. Let them do all the gambling. Let them do all the guessing for you. Stop being a guesser and being a casino. Just be the casino and take your spread. And you'll be around forever. That is the bottom line. You're going to be around forever. Gamblers out there are here today, gone later today. They are in and out of here. And when they're out, when they get kicked out, losing their dough, they will complain about the stock market for the rest of their lives. And anyone coming within 10 feet of them, when the word stock market comes up, oh, it's all fixed, it's all rigged, you don't want to go there. Because they got their brains blown out because they didn't study. They didn't study. They weren't watching this show here. They're not taking any courses on how to be an option writer. They don't even know what options, how they actually work. Yet they gamble in them. It's incredible. It's absolutely amazing how many uninformed people are putting billions of dollars into the market every day. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have a plan. They don't know what their plan is. They think, well, I'll buy low and I sell high. That's my plan. That's my plan. Oh, okay. I heard a rumor that this company is going to do something and this is going to happen and the stock's going to go up and I'm going to make money. That's the rumor, and that's the reason they put thousands of dollars into a stock or into stock options. It's your job to allow these people to gamble their money and let them give it to you. Let them give the money to you, and you hold it for safekeeping, and you'll give some of it back. Very little, but you'll give some of it back, and keep a majority for yourself, and say thank you. Who's the next one? Who's the next sap coming to my window? What would you like? Oh, you want some call options that are way out of the money that expire in a week? I got a contract for you, and away you go. You're offering liquidity in a market that people are desperate to get into because they're desperate to get into a play to make money. The worse the economy starts to get, the worse things start to go, the more desperate people will become, and more will come into this market. That is the one certainty that Wall Street is counting on. The participant numbers are growing. Every brokerage firm, every quarter when they release their financials, they brag about how many more accounts they've opened up. They out and out publish it. They can't wait for the world to know that our brokerage firm added 2 million new clients. We have 2 million new traders in our. What they're not telling you is, well, out of the so many millions we had, we lost 500,000, or 500,000 of our investors have turned into dormant accounts. Why are they dormant? Well, they used to be worth 5, 10, 20, 50 grand, and they're now worth nothing. They lost all their money, and so they're dormant. We don't talk about that. We talk about all the new business we're getting, and the options market's expanding like crazy, and there's all kinds of people getting into our platforms, and it's just wonderful, and away we go. You guys are always here. You're always here offering liquidity as an option writer, and you're taking the money. It's as simple as that. It's what you got to do. Sorry, there's no magic place that money comes to you from. By the way, there's no like institution that will say, Mr. or Mrs. Option Writer, you've written these contracts and they're now 1/4 of the value, and you're closing them out. Our organization will now give you a reward of $5,000 on that trade. No, you took the $5,000 from some saps who bought these contracts. Now, they bought them from you and sold them to someone else and bought something else. And so by the time you closed out your position, you're just buying back contracts from whoever's got some for whatever they paid for them, and you don't care whether the person you're buying them from makes or loses money, and they don't care whether you're making or losing money either. It's just a trade to close out a position from one side to another side. That's all it is. But who made money and who lost money in the overall scheme of things, it's pretty easy to determine. The writers are usually the ones making the money. And that's what I'm trying to get you to become, an option writer. Welcome to the party, pal. I would love to see a recovery today and a higher market today. It's a little better looking now than when I started this show. We're down 110 on the Dow, and we're up 2 points on S&P. We're up 43 on the NASDAQ. S&P now is up 4 points. So they've turned green, a little green. Okay, that's better. SoFi is at 1181. It's up 8 cents or something. It was down to 1060 or 1160, 1150 this morning. Now it's 1180. It hasn't moved much, but it's green. GameStop down a nickel at 2707. Seems to be trying to come back here. We'll see what it wants to do as the day goes on. The Magnificent Seven were underwater earlier today. Let's take a look now at how they're doing as we get 29 minutes away from the opening. We may be improving as we get closer to the opening of this session. Apple just down a dime, just down 10 cents. Tesla's up $1. Microsoft up 175. Google up 21 cents. Amazon up 108. Nvidia's up 93 cents. And Meta is up 66. That's Facebook. So 6 of 7 are green. Only Apple down 20 cents. And is that a loss? I mean, really, 20 cents? So it's looking a lot better than an hour or two ago. Although an hour or two ago, we weren't blood red, you know. We weren't down really badly. But okay, we're back. One stock under pressure today is apparently IBM. IBM is down $16 a share at $229.39. The stock earlier this morning was even off down to about 225-ish. And now it's back to 229, trying to get back to 230, but it still puts it down 6.5%. They came out with their earnings yesterday, and there's caution being talked about here about going forward because of tariffs. And so brokers are kind of wondering, we might lower our target for the stock a little bit here. The reality is that the stock is trading at 38 times earnings. And this is the problem with some of these stocks out here. If you make as much money this year as you made last year, that might be seen as a good year because we're in a slowing economy. The problem is that the stock priced at 38 times earnings, what that actually really means is the market was pricing the shares where they were prior to the earnings that just came out because the market anticipated that throughout the year 2025, IBM wouldn't make as much as last year. They would make more than last year, which means that the earnings per share would be higher than last year. And if you take a higher earnings per share amount and divide it into where we're trading at, the PE multiple, the price earnings multiple, won't be at 38, it might be 34. And so the stock's earnings are growing into the PE multiple. In other words, the price earnings multiple is front running the stock. And last night, the earnings came out and didn't deliver that result. The earnings are under what the PE multiple was indicating. And so now we have a correction, a reversal. Stock could go down 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks. Could. Will it? Don't know, because now the question is, with all these tariffs coming and going and negotiations being done and Trump changing his mind and everything, could it be that later in the year, IBM will actually surprise us with a couple of good quarters at the end of the year to salvage the year, and then 2026 looks really good now? Is that the vibe? If the vibe is that 2026 is going to be great for IBM, then the stock will dip, sure, and the PE multiple will dip, but it might only dip to 32, not to 25, where it should be. And if, as each earnings quarter comes by, the next 3 months, and that number isn't improving, the stock will stay down or go lower. On the other hand, if the last 2 quarters of this year are beautiful surprises, earnings surprises, then the PE multiple, the stock will be bid up. It'll be bid higher. The PE multiple will rise again as they hope it'll grow into it. This has been the problem with the Magnificent Seven since last, basically December and January this year. The PE multiples on the Magnificent Seven were way too high, and they have come off dramatically. And we have not had full recoveries of our Magnificent Seven stocks. And I don't know how and what planet people are in when they think, oh, well, Apple is going to hit new all-time highs later this year because their sales are going to be great. Really? You don't think countries are going to retaliate against the American tariffs with their own? You damn right they are. They're going to make Apple iPhones $500 more expensive around the world to all these other countries. Apple is in the crosshairs of every country on earth for higher tariffs. There's not a damn thing Apple can do about it. They cannot just create phones in America. They can't go to another country and produce phones at half the price that they're making them in China. There are 18, 19 companies that provide parts to make an iPhone, all based in China. There's no way out of this. So Apple phones are going to be more expensive for everyone in the world, and the phone will be no better than last year's phone. It will be the same quality, it will be the same style. The iPhone 17 may have new features, but it's not going to be 1,000 more valuable. It's going to be more expensive, but not more valuable. And so Apple may not recover at all to their all-time high, which means, again, when I tell you where you want to be as an option writer is call credit spreads. You want to be in front of these stocks, way ahead of these stocks with short-term credit spreads. And that's where you're sitting there going, I'm a casino, and I'm laying odds that these stocks will not hit their all-time highs anytime soon, and that I'm willing to write options for credits And I have a short fuse, 1 week to 10 weeks to 8 weeks to 6 weeks. And I'm convinced that I'm going to win because I am writing contracts that are destined to be worthless as they reach their expiry dates. That's the only strategy you're trying to play. Whereas the gamblers out there are hoping on a prayer that there'll be a surprise earnings and there'll be a wonderful reciprocal arrangement between China and President Trump, and everything is going to be fine again, and the tariffs are going to go away magically, and we're going to live in the land of Shangri-La, and everything is just, we're going to sing around the campfire, kumbaya. It's all going to be great, because that's what Trump is known for. He's known as a great singer around the campfire. Yeah, okay. The option gamblers, you believe that because it's easy money, boy. Oh, is it easy money to take money from these people? People that are that optimistic about how great things are going to be. Oh, is it easy money for you? And this is your job. Take their money and enjoy, because no one else is going to give it to you. Richard, welcome. Andrea, welcome to the show. The Big E is here. Hector, Charlie, Zach, welcome all to the program. Thank you, Stock Jockey, Henry, Andre Delatorre, Eddie Martin, Chase. Sharon is here. Christina, Jeff Glass, David R. Welcome all. What kind of channel is this? What is this guy? What does he do? Is he a hustler? What's his story? Hi, Dave. How you doing, bud? Charlie, it's educational, David, but you need the lessons to really start to understand what people are talking about here, or a degree in finance at some college or university somewhere. Charlie's trying to help you out there, David. I don't know if you're going to believe him or not. Jeff, it's both. There you go. Murray Harvey here. Good morning, North America. It's evening here in Japan. Go Tokyo. Go Tokyo Bay Kobuta Spears rugby team for Saturday's game. Rock and roll, man. Big Jim, if I knew what I know about options when I started watching you, if I knew what I know about options when I started watching your channel, I'd have quit my job already, but we're building our account. It's going to happen. I'm going to quit my job because of what I'm learning about options, because of this actually is a good thing. And I say, Big Jim, way to go, pal. Welcome to the party, and keep it going. Good morning from James of the Misty Tree. Jeff is in the house. How you doing there, pal? Stock Jockey, giddy up. David, I'm looking more for options rather than going long on stock. That's a good idea, David. That's a very good idea. These guys, Charlie and Jeff and others, will help guide you. Stick around here long enough, you'll pick it up. Charlie, that's what Uncle Bruce teaches. It's what he teaches. You're in the right spot. Don't own shares. Right options from a cash position. Cutting Edge Flicks. Hey, good morning, all. I appreciate you, Bruce. David R. Thumbs ups for you, man. Thank you, Dave. Become a member of the channel. I'd love to have you. You can become a Chillin' member or a Gold Bagel member. When you're ready, you're ready. Keith Just Truth, number 53. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Listen every day of the week, baby. Beach Boy, David, then you are in the right place. First rule, you need to have patience in options, and Uncle Bruce is the real deal for that. Dave, I know how I can do so. I'm just looking for suggestions. Trip Hazard, number 60. Beach Boy says, David, wrong answer. I also knew how equities work when I found this channel. I have stayed here 4 years ever since as a paid member. Why do you think someone would do that? Why would someone pay for a membership at $25 a month if they already know how equity markets work? Well, there's a reason for that. And it'll become evident as you hang out long enough. Thanks, another great week, says Free Range. He's not wrong about any of this, says Trish the Dish. Nick, yes, America doesn't have a great leader like Justin Trudeau. Oh, Nick is putting shots out there today. Notice that. Notice Nick's not even a member. Shots from the outside. Justin Corona, preach, but try convincing these Trump supporters how delusional Trump is. They'll support anything he does, no matter how bad it is. Well, that's what it is. Stephen, I'm not just like China, Uncle Bruce. Stop lying. It's not like just China. Corinne, number 69. Nick, you are ridiculous, spreading propaganda. Average Canadian right here, angry, hates America, loves China. He's a commie. Is Nick been here before? Maybe no. I don't know. Susan, number 70. Good morning, Jeff. Are lying? Yes, crazy. PCS put credit spreads on the Qs in the last 2 days. Made $1,175. Thank you very much. Nice job there, crazy 49er. Jeff, did you see the teenage girls from Germany that were gap year traveling? 18 years old. They were strip searched, jailed, treated like terrorists, and deported because they didn't have accommodations booked. I'm assuming they were coming to the United States and all this stuff. Unbelievable. Students warned by their home countries about protesting Israel with Trump crackdown. Larry Titus, good morning. All number 79. Charlie, good morning, Larry. Amy J, good morning. Hazel, hi. Why wouldn't Fidelity let us trade on the app yesterday? Heard you had to call them to trade. I have no idea that. JJ, read today's poll, Bruce. Saw a tasty video of some of the best 0 days to expiry strategies for profit with Tom Sosnoff and Red Snake in Town. What do you think about ME? Will they find a buyer? I don't know, my friend. That is an ugly story. John Harpster, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. Thank you for joining me from wherever you're watching. From 17 minutes to go until we open up for the day. We're going to get this party started. Let's see how much richer some of you guys are getting today. Those of you who are doing these 0 day to expiry trades, especially without question, those of you who are pulling off these call credit spreads and put credit spreads, special kudos to you guys. Special congratulations. You've watched my classes. You've hung out here for a while. Maybe you've had a one-on-one with me. We've gone over a few strategies together. And you have begun to figure out, my God, Uncle Bruce, 1,000 a week is like so doable, and I don't even need 10 grand to do it. This is really something. A number of you are making far more than 1,000 a week on this strategy because you have a little more than 10 grand that you can put into this play. Fair enough. But even for small investors, and I think this is something that we have to admit here, the 0 days to expiry option chains that have now shown up for the Qs and the SPY ETFs, these have attracted a huge number of new players that are smaller in size, as well as larger players with some serious bucks. There's no doubt about it. This is a business. This is part of the option business that is absolutely exploding. And those of you who are option writers here, I really want you to grasp just how lucrative it can be for you. And you can use 2 grand, 5 grand, 8 grand, 10,000 bucks at a time, whatever's comfortable, and really generate some nice profits. Thank you, by the way, for 100 thumbs up so far today. We still have 15 minutes to go before we open. We'd love to hit 200 thumbs ups per day if we can at a minimum. So keep those thumbs ups coming in. And thank you also to those of you who have decided to take a shot and answer my question today. The question is, I am starting to write options on the QQQ and SPYs that expire in 1 to 5 days. We're talking 0 days to expiry positions. How many of you are writing contracts on these? Not buying and gambling, writing. Now, if you're doing spreads, you're writing and buying at the same time, but taking a credit. 166 of you have answered the question so far, and 23% are saying, yep, I am doing this, Bruce. That's a quarter. That's 40 plus people who are now doing this. 6 months ago, I doubt this would have had 5% of a response. Now, 23% of you answering this poll question are saying, yeah, Uncle Bruce, I am doing 0 days to expiry. I'm getting into it. 77% not yet. The good news about the 0 days to expiry game here is you do not have to use money to play it to start off with. You can do these trades in practice accounts with no risk whatsoever. That is something to really get that into your noggins. Even those of you who are trading, you're writing options now. You've been writing call options for your retirement accounts. You've been writing other contracts on other stocks you own. You got laid off at Intel yesterday. Hello, you got laid off at Intel yesterday. And you're walking out the door with your 3,000 shares, your 8,000 shares, your 12,000 shares of stock that you've been getting for years and years and years. I have good news, Intel people. Even if you didn't get laid off, you might want to quit your day job. You can live off premiums alone just by writing call options. But for those of you who don't just write call option or have been writing like this and other option positions, you now can also add to your arsenal of income sources, especially those of you who want to quit your day job. You can learn to write 0 days to expiry contracts on these indexes. And you can write an option this morning that dies tonight, or this afternoon that dies tomorrow, or Monday that dies Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. I mean, there's all kinds of daily positions you can take on here. And you may find that 2 or 3 times a week, you're into expiry dates where options expire for you on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I don't know. Every day of the week, you might be into these. The key here is to figure out how much money a day do you need to make to quit your day job? How much are you getting at your day job? Have you bothered to figure this out? You get your check every 2 weeks, or you get a notification that you've had a deposit made to your account. How much money is this every 5 days a week? If the market is open 5 days a week and you're working 5 days a week, how much money a day are you getting paid to go to work after deductions? What is it? What are you living off of? And have you calculated on a daily basis? If it's $200 a day, it's $4,000 a month on 20, say, days a month. You're getting $4,000 a month net. Can you make $4,000 a month on 0 day to expiry contracts? You need to make $200 a day. Now, to make $200 a day on 0 days to expiry, there are folks here who are bringing in $400, $500, $600 a day on expiry, and they're not using $100,000. They're using $5,000, $6,000, $8,000. For some of you out there, you probably have more than enough capital to learn how to do 0 days to expiry, how to learn how to write options. There are links right there's my classes on sale right there, 18 of them, all about the option market, 4 for the price of 3 till the end of the month. And you can learn how to do option writing and how options work. You get the overall idea of how options trade and work and are created, how they expire, how they move up and down in value, how to buy and sell them effectively, and on and on and on. That's what these lessons are about, including spreads. Then you'll start trading in your practice account. And that's what I'm trying to say here. You can do these trades in a practice account, even if you are writing regular options. And you can see whether this is for you or not. You may find that, Bruce, I like 2 days, 3 days to expiry. Or others of you will say, Bruce, I only want to write expiry day-to-day contracts. That's all I want to do. Now, some of you will find, perhaps, the firm you're using that you are comfortable with right now or you've been using for a while is not very good when it comes to writing triple Qs and SPYs, credit spreads. It's just, they have a lousy execution in their software. You might have to shop around. That's why you become a member of my channel, become a Gold Bagel member, send me a private email, say, Uncle Bruce, I'm new to your channel. I love this game. I love your coffee mug that says, I like this game. I want to learn more about the options market. I want to hang out with your viewers on the Discord channel that you have, because that's 24/7. You're on the air during the opening and pre-opening. Send me an email. I'll send you the link to become a Discord member. You can follow the Discord chat group. I'm not there. It's the members of this channel that are there. And you'll find out from them which brokerage firms are the best for call credit spreads, cash secured puts, general executions, customer help, best commissions, best software programs, you name it. Depending on where you live, you'll figure this out with the group in the Discord channel. Okay, let me know. One more thing. I offer one-on-one consultations. If you want to have a chat with me on camera, privately, say on Saturday or Sunday or on a Tuesday night or something like that, get a hold of me with an email. Just send me an email. The link is down below. brucefrommert@hotmail.com. And just say, Uncle Bruce, I'd like to get together with you. It's $500 for at least an hour. It'll be an hour, hour and a half. I'll record it, and I'll send you a rerun of our chat. You can rewatch it as many times as you like. You want to bring your best friend in, or you want to bring your significant other in, or you're a viewer of this channel and you talk on Discord to another viewer all the time. Why not the two of you put your heads together and say, hey, why don't we hit up Uncle Bruce together this Saturday or Sunday? Let's spend an hour and a half with this guy, and we'll split the cost. $500. We'll put $250 in together. One of us sends them the dough, the other one owes the other one. And let's talk to them for an hour, hour and a half. And let's go over some of these trades and some of these strategies without being interrupted by the market. And Bruce is reading all the other comments. It's just us. And then we'll get a copy of this rerun ourselves. Great stuff. So if there are 2 of you, 3 of you want to get together, collaborate with each other, put it up, send me an email. Tell me what you want to do. I'll send you links and we'll get together. Okay, there you go. There's ways to make it work. Welcome everyone to the program. Nice to have you here. What can I say? Thank you all. What else is going on here? Just saw something about, Jeff is saying, this character limit thing. The German girls were detained in Hawaii. Terrorists from Germany, 18-year-old students, terrorists from from Germany. Jesus, what is wrong with America? What is wrong with America right now? DAK, giddy up. Crazy 49er, I'm thinking of looking at 30-day call credit spreads on Palantir. Touchgrass, I love defining my own risk. I love this. Matt E, morning all, number 103. Mandu, I am number 109 on Bruce's thumbs up meter. Thank you, everybody, for the thumbs up. Crazy 49er. The Qs was close yesterday. They closed 72 cents out of the money. Like Dom Toretto says, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. DAK, a Crazy 49er, excellent. I was watching this. Dude, let's go, baby. We're opening in 6 minutes. And so money is going to start to be made here by my option writers again in the next 6 minutes or so. We're watching this market. SoFi is now up 9 cents at 11.83. GameStop is down 8 cents at the moment. The Dow's off 102 points. S&P is up about 1 3/4, and NASDAQ is ahead 29 points. Gold is up $45 an ounce to $3,339, and crude is up 53 cents, 51 cents, something like that, 62.78 or so in Texas. That is the story so far this morning. Welcome all to the show. Again, thank you for answering the poll question of the day, and thanks again for these thumbs ups that are coming through. We had about 100 thumbs ups 10 minutes ago, and now we're approaching a total of what should be updating here in just a moment. My computer is awfully slow today. 112 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you, everybody, for helping us out getting towards that 200 level. 186 people now have answered the question, and it looks like now a couple of more percentage points of folks who are doing 0-day to expiry contracts. The question is, I am starting to write options on the triple Q and SPYs. These are the ETFs. You can write options on these indexes. Qs are NASDAQ 100. SPYs are the S&P 500. I'm starting to write options on these that expire in 1 to 5 days. And I know that if you are writing options on these indexes, you are likely, 99% of you are likely writing credit spread trades. You're doing call or put credit spreads. 25% of you say, yes, Uncle Bruce, I have started to write credit spreads and options on these Qs and SPYs with 0 days to expiry, 1 to 5 days. 75% not yet. Might be looking into it, but so far not yet. This is a dramatic shift. I would say 6 months ago, it would have been 5% yes and 95% no. Now it's 25-75, and I think it's going to continue to climb. I will not be surprised in the next few months that it's a 50-50 split on this channel between folks who are writing call credit spreads on SPYs that expire the same day or the day after or so for quick turnaround profits. I wouldn't be surprised. Those of you, like I said, if you want to quit your day job and you got 10 grand, you got 20 grand, you got 50 grand, you can target credit spreads on Qs and SPYs every day. You can do a series of these contracts where you can have $1 and $2 and $3 and $5 spreads where you're targeting in the last 3 hours, you're writing contracts. In the last 5 hours, you're writing contracts. Right off the get-go, you're writing contracts. And you're watching them depreciate as the minutes go by. You're adjusting, you're rolling over, you're involved in very highly liquid contracts that can make you quite a bit of money. Again, you have to understand the workings of the options market. This is not for raw beginners. Absolutely not. Although some channels will let you believe that it is not. It requires quite a bit of patience and skill and knowledge, bottom line. But I'll tell you this, the SPYs are sitting at the pre-market right now about 536.29. We're up 81 cents right now, up a little bit. Last night, the 536s, the calls, they were trading 755 contracts yesterday. There's only 1,200 of them. These are the ones that die April 30, so that's next week. There are contracts that died today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The $540 calls that expire next week, 33,000 of those exist. The 545s, there are 22,000 of those. Remember, this market has come down in price, right? The 560s used to be at the money. 33,000 of those are out there. The 570s, there's 16,000 of those. The call options at the 600 level, 24,000 exist. So if you're going to write call credit spreads, you're going to take a look at something nicely out of the money for this kind of a contract going to the end of the month. You want to be definitely many points away. Let's get to that point. You might be looking at writing 560s, which will bring you 75 cents. And you might buy 565s that'll cost you under 40. So there's a 35-cent credit there on a $5 position. So you put 500 up to get 35 back. That's what's that? 7% on your money for next week. If you're going to go 565s on the right side, you're going to write those for 39 cents and buy 570s. They're going to cost you 18 cents. So there's an 18-cent credit there. Further 5 points out on these contracts, 565 to 570s on a 536 contract. Taking a look at closer in expiries, of course, you're going to get all kinds of different pricing, but all kinds of opportunities to do spreads, calls or puts, where you control the risk level, you control the spread, you control how many. If you're willing to risk $1,000, you might do 5 $2 spreads. And you're risking 1,000 less the credit you got. You got 10 grand lying around. That's how you might play this game. I don't know. You're going to get into it. You're going to learn all about it. You're going to start with your dipping your toe in the water and build from there. That's okay. Thank you all for joining me. We're open. Charlie, I think I'm going to have to roll my Palantir cover calls this morning. Crazy 49er, Japanese PhD student from BYU, was deported for a fishing violation. Too many fish. From a church fishing trip years ago. Cindy, I might dip my toe on the SPYs or the Qs. Tom, I voted yes by accident, but I'd write 4 to 5 weeks on spiders on those. Larry has hit the bells. Thank you, my friend. D.H. Ruda, the knee emojis are coming out. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for joining me for another fun day of trading excitement. Who knows what's going to happen? We have the Dow down 95 points at the end of the pre-market. We're going to see now where we open up for real and see what this market has in store for all of us today. Let's see what's going to happen. We've got, there we go. We got right now the market. Okay, we're down 171 on the Dow. We're up 6 on S&P. We're up 64 NASDAQ. There's a divergence. And we'll see what's happening here as the few minutes go by and everything starts to open and register. The Dow is going to take a little more time to register out. We'll follow that. Richard Carlin, neat emojis are coming out. The Splairs here. Let's go. Wishing successful day to all of you guys. Neat. Right on, Splair. Get richer today. We're working on it out here. Down 168 on the Dow. We're up 14 on SoFi right now at 11.88 a share. ASTS up 110. Rocket Lab is up 3 cents. GameStop is now up a nickel. MSTR down $1.07. AI is up 21 cents. Super Micro up 94. Nvidia up 96. Tesla's up 42 cents. Quiet start to the session. Welcome all to the program. Juan is here going, neat. The knee emojis must be posted to honor the Knights of Knee. Members absolutely know that. You don't mess with the Knights Neat. Palantir up 153. Costco down $6 at 9.69. Coinbase up about 70 cents. SmartRent is at 84.6. It's up about a dime in the last week, slowly creeping, but what a ways to go there. Google up 88 cents. Apple up 42. Broadcom up 171. Microsoft up $1.80. Intel up 43 cents. Netflix up $20 to 1,070 roughly now. Meta is up 88 cents, the old Facebook. EI Lilly up $4.99. Amazon is up 81 cents. Uber up $1.09. Adobe up about $3.84. Giddy up. Cisco down 17 cents. We've got AMD up 22 at 90.60. Unity up 21. Enphase is up 58 cents. A slight recovery there from yesterday's shellacking. Let's see, Spire at $8.99 a share. Moderna down 6, Pfizer down 2 cents, IBM up $18.50 to start the day at $226.90. So IBM taking a hit. I don't believe they cut their dividend, so they're probably going to maintain that. And so the yield on the stock is now 2.7%. It was down into the low twos a few months back. Now 2.7% yield, still behind a 10-year Treasury, which won't help the stock. HPQ is up a nickel. Home Depot up down 73 cents. Vanik Semiconductors is up 360. Goldman down 278. Boeing is off 289. Target is up 23 cents. JP Morgan down 240. Walmart off 47 cents. Disney down 47. American Airlines up 19 cents. It's at 9.51. DraftKings is up 24 cents. AMC down 1.5 cents at 269.5. Royal Caribbean down 118 a share. There you go. There's the story. We're following, as usual, a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to see how this market wants to play its first 30 minutes. And from there, some of you are going to start to take a look at call credit spreads on the SPY and triple Qs and other things. Splair, Bitcoin starting a little lower here at 92,800. Boeing Tiger hitting the emojis. B-Tizzle. GameStop, a 2 long exposure ETF starts trading today. The ticker is GMEU. Okay, I don't know what that means for the stock per se. Some might say, this should be good. Maybe, maybe not. 27.24 is where GameStop is right now, up 11 cents. Kind of a quiet start. The Dow right now off just around 200. S&P is up 1 point. NASDAQ is up 56 points. Mixed bag, not a lot going on. SoFi up 14 at 11.88 to start the morning. ASTS, the Space Mobile guys, they're up 150 a share, trying to get to $24. Rocket Lab up 46 at 20.75. And GameStop 27.21 up 9. MSTR up 17 cents, make it $1.32 now, $347. AI up 36 cents at 20.76. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for joining me. Continued success, you option writers. It's what we want to see here. We're waiting to find out as days go by what will happen with these tariffs. Are there going to be adjustments? If so, how much? For what? How? What exemptions are still coming out? Every day there seems to be, there's a tariff, but not on this. There's tariffs, but not on that. It just throws the whole thing into, no credibility at all. It just throws it up in the air. You think Americans are sick and tired of tariffs. What about the foreigners? Exporters trying to send stuff to America. They don't know when the product arrives in the U.S. what the buyer has to pay for it. They don't know. Our computer is still going to be taxed, tariffed. What about clothing? What about this? What about that? I mean, everyone is just going, I don't know. When do we send summer clothing to America? When do we send fall lineup stuff? When do we send Christmas and winter clothing for next year? When do we send it? And what will it cost our end buyer? We don't know. Out of France, out of Bangladesh, out of Pakistan, out of India, nobody knows. It is just crapshoot, complete garbage. Nobody knows. Brian, I am number 122 for your thumbs up meter. Thank you, Brian, for helping out. We are now getting into this 120-30 range for the 200 level. We're coming on. It's happening. Thank you. Thumbs uppers. Appreciate it. Keep those thumbs ups coming in. Help us get to 200. Every day we strive for that. We're only down now 162 on the Dow instead of 220. It seems to be improving. S&P is up again at 4.9. So the S&P is gaining a bit, and NASDAQ is up 67. So those of you watching the triple Qs and the SPYs, you see those going higher, but the Dow is lower. And you're wondering, who's winning this war? Are we going to be all lower in an hour, or are we all going to be higher, or are we going to be the same in the next hour? What is the story? Some of you are going, I want to put credit spreads together, but the market isn't giving me clear direction. I'm just going to have to wait. And that is your secret weapon. Time. You give less time to the gamblers rather than more time. You keep an eye on that option chain, and you'll decide when to pull the trigger. Boeing Tiger earnings after the bell for Magnificent Seven Google could be a big move in the market tomorrow. Brian, this ASTS, Bruce, it's up 6%, 140 a share to 23.82. It's going for $24. Looking good, isn't it? Well, 11.90 on SoFi. It wants to go to 12. SoFi wants to go through 12 again. Nice. GameStop 27.17, up just 5 centinos. Not much going on over there. We're now down 198 on the Dow. We're only up 0.8 on the S&P. Notice that? It was up almost 5. Now it's only up barely, not even up a point. Now it's up 3.4 points on the SPY. What's going on? The market is still trying to figure itself out. Spiders are up 65 cents. The Qs are up 184. Not much of a move. The Dow down 190. If the Dow is going to prevail and drag the rest of the market down, then we may see maybe a 0.5 percentage point dip on SPY, which would be about 250 on the SPYs. They dropped 2.5. Meaning writing 545s, 555s might be the trade for call credit spreads. But if the Dow comes towards the SPY and the Qs, if the Dow climbs up, then maybe the SPYs will go up a couple of extra dollars, and they'll go to 540, which means you've got to look at writing 555, 560s that expired tonight. So we got stuff to watch here. It is what it is. Thank you all. Trying to figure out this market sometimes, and let the market tell you what it wants to do, and then react to that. It's easier. Charlie, IBM 260, 62.50. I closed my spread for 1 penny. Neat. Nice job, Charlie. Well done, sir. That's what it's all about. Making money. Now Charlie can take a look at IBM and go, do I want to do another call credit spread on IBM? For how long and what pricing? Nicely out of the money here. Easy pickings. What can I do this time? Is there going to be a snap rally on IBM tomorrow, Friday, next week? I don't think so. So there might be some opportunity, Charlie. I'm sure he's checking it out. The Dow is improving. So is the S&P. Interestingly, the S&P is now up 13 points instead of a point or two. The Dow's only down 119 instead of 170 to 200. And NASDAQ now is up 90 odd points. So the markets have had a little pop-up. We're 11 minutes into the day. Welcome, everyone, to the show. Let's see how it plays out. Oil up 60 cents. The VIX down 78. That's positive. 27.67 at the moment. This is where we are at right now. Welcome to the show. We're up 24 on that SoFi of yours. 11.98, kids. Looks like SoFi wants to break through 12 here. It's on its way. ASTS wants to go through 24. It's 23.92. Rocket Lab 21.27 up 98. GameStop up 13 at 27.26. Look at the SoFi 12.03. We're right through 12. No resistance, no blockage of stock in the way. It just blew 12 out of the water like a hot knife through soft butter. Look at that. SoFi is gone. Flint Creek says, good morning, everybody. Welcome, Flint Creek Soap Company. Free range. Nice going, Charlie, on that IBM credit spread. Beautiful little trade right there. Easy money. That's what it is all about. Welcome to the show, everybody. The options market can appeal to young investors, middle-aged investors, and seniors. Whether you're trying to just quit, add supplementary income to your life. You've got an unbearable student loan that you want to get rid of. And if you can get an extra 1,000 here, an extra 1,000 there, and just throw it at that damn loan and get rid of those daily interest charges, you're going to do it. If you can knock off credit cards that are eating you alive, you'll do it. There are ways to use small amounts of capital and learn how to write credit spreads on the triple Qs and SPYs on a daily, weekly basis to bring in capital. And if it's 300-400 here, 300-400 there, 200-300-400 there, you assemble a couple more $1,000 and you take a shot at a 24% credit card and knock off $1,000 or $2,000 here, and another $1,000 or $2,000, and another $1,000 or $2,000. Lower your cost of living by knocking off these debts. Eliminate these minimum payment requirements. Sit with a zero balance credit card, and now zero in on that student loan. And just if there's a way to add 500 or 1,000 a month to the payment from option writing, away we go. I don't know. I mean, obviously, each of you are different. Each of you have an amount that's in front of you, and I have no idea what those are. I'm just hopeful that you're going to be able to institute conservative credit spread writing strategies that will make you a ton of capital at a young age and help you reduce your cost of living, because you're under such pressure for credit cards, student loans, car loans, rent, you name it. It's overwhelming at a younger age, and it would be great to get a leg up with a secondary source of income from option premiums. Those of you in the middle age group, you've knocked the credit cards down quite a bit, or you can handle it easily, and you've taken the student loans off, or they're way lower than they once were. But you're also now looking at the bigger picture. Children are in the mix now, and you're thinking retirement 20 years from now. Option premium here is another way to change your life. Perhaps you've got a little bit of capital you've built up, equity in a house maybe in the last 5 years, 10 years, and you might be able to borrow against a 401k or borrow against a line of credit on your house, equity line of credit, to use capital to generate revenue from the options market as a writer, and using this capital to pay off the very loan you've took against yourself to do what you're doing, and also knock off the last of your IOUs out there and begin to add to your retirement account. In your 30s and 40s, it's go time. This is where you've got to have a program in place, and you've got to start the funding now so that by your 50s, you've got some serious money building here. Those of you in your 50s and 60s, you got some dough set up, but it isn't enough to retire on. It isn't. And you were hoping to stop working in your 50s, and it's looking grim that you might not be able to stop working in most of your 60s. This is go time to be an option writer, especially for your retirement account. In Canada, your RRSPs, you've got to get them into action, people. If you're a Canadian with an RRSP and you're sitting on $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and it's in an ETF and it's making you 4 or 5%, or you've noticed your ETFs just riding this ridiculous wave of good and bad days, and you're down 20% in the last month, this is ridiculous. You have got to be paid serious money to have serious money in your RRSP. You cannot leave it to these ETF people. They're just taking a percentage of the value of your account. They have no incentive to make you money. They're just getting points off the top, no matter what it's worth. There's no risk. You're risking everything. They're getting easy money off of you and millions of other Canadians by just sitting back and letting managers in Toronto handle it. They're doing a little trading here and there, but all in all, they're just like this. They just monitor money and collect the percentage of the take. You have got to outperform the market, and picking up quality stock and writing call options against it is a damn good idea. And if you're going to be a 5-10 year investor anyway because of your age, why not pick up Apple now? Why not pick up NVIDIA at these cheap prices? Why not grab NVIDIA at 104? Hold it for 10 years. Write call options on NVIDIA today. Write 110s for 3 months out and take $15 a share off the table. There is nothing wrong with this strategy. This beats your ETF all to hell. No management fees, which saves you 2% on your money. $300,000 RSP, that's $6,000 a year you're paying to someone else. 10 years, the next 10 years, you're going to pay $60,000 in fees out of your RSP. So the first 60 grand your RSP makes is gone. You never see it. It never entered your account. It went to these guys. Grab that for yourself. You pay yourself $60,000 to manage your own money and make some nice returns, 20, 40, 60% a year instead of 3, 4, 5% a year. You want to be retired, you've got to make it happen yourself. Classes are available here. How to write options. $150 a class if you buy 4 or more. There's 18 of them. Start with 4. Go from there. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can do. I'm doing the best I can. Brian, I still have 10 GameStop $25 covered calls, May 16 expiry that I could roll. I'm waiting for more of a pop here, but I'm willing to roll, Brian says. Anytime you want to do it. 27.27 on the stock. They're 227 in the money. They expire May 16, so they're going to start trading at book value only pretty soon. So that gives you incentive to roll to a higher strike further out with premium. That's what you want. Also, I meant to ask you your thoughts on NVIDIA and Palantir. They are the same price. Does this seem crazy to anybody? Palantir a year ago was where SoFi is now, I think, pretty close. Let me just double check this. I'm kind of curious. We're 104 right now on Palantir, roughly. And about a year ago, a year ago, Palantir was in the low 20s, like $20 level. Not quite where we are with SoFi, but not that far out. 2 years ago, we go further back, $14 a share on August 17, 23. Palantir was $15.98, January the 4th, 24. So this is April 25. So a year and 3 months ago, Palantir was in the teens, and today it's a $104 stock. It's trading at 550 times earnings, by the way. Palantir is not a cheap stock from a PE multiple. However, your SoFi shares, which are now at $12, are trading at a PE multiple of 30. 30 times earnings is what SoFi is trading at. This is not a speculative stock at all. The quarterly earnings coming up on Tuesday morning, right after the weekend, first thing Tuesday before the opening. I think they're going to blow the doors off the street. I think they're going to outperform what everyone has been saying. And they've grown their memberships. They've grown their offerings. They've added $10 billion cash into their hands from huge investment groups. I think this stock is on its way to 100 a share as well, maybe in 1 year and 3 months from now. But when it gets there, it won't be at 500 times earnings. When SoFi reaches 100 a share, they're going to be trading at 40, 50 times earnings, not 500 times earnings. That's the difference between Palantir and SoFi, okay? Palantir's had a great run and has many reasons to do what it's done. Many, many good things. But these guys aren't as solid as SoFi financially. Not even close. They're in a different business, of course. But SoFi is the solid one here. Wall Street's ignoring it. They're all talking Palantir, because that's the hot stock right now. That's all. Won't last forever, and attention will shift to SoFi as they earn their way up here. Brian, NVIDIA revenue is $39 billion, Palantir $852 million. Yeah. Of course, number of shares outstanding and everything else. Like I said, NVIDIA, Palantir, SoFi, it is what it is. Crazy 49er 10 triple Q put credit spreads, 454, 456 spread. They expire tonight. I just got 56 cents. This is a $200 wager times 10. This is a $2,000 position the crazy 49ers put on the triple Qs. Now, the triple Qs right now are 459.28. They're 459, okay? He's doing 454, 456 puts. He's behind the stock, the ETF. He's behind it by about $5. They die today. He got paid $56 or $560 to do a $2,000 trade. This is more than 25% on his money or her money. Crazy 49, the couple. Now, the opportunities here are limitless. In the next hour, the markets want to go higher. The Dow's only down 27 points. The Dow wants to go up 200 points, and the Qs go to 460.61, a couple of bucks more because they're up 491 right now. These contracts will shrink because the higher the market goes, these contracts are further out of the money. These two contracts will shrink in price. That spread will drop, and that's all Crazy 49er's looking for. Crazy 49er, I'm sure, would be delighted to buy these back at 11 cents. Clear 45 cents, $450 in 2 hours, 3 hours. Thank you very much. That's a good day's work, I would say. Yes, this is just an example of the kind of trading we're talking about here. Now, the stock stays, this market stays here, and the Qs stay at 459.50. These contracts will shrink every hour until the bell today. They die tonight at 4 Eastern. They're going to be worthless. They're worthless now. They have no value. They're simply trading on time, and time is running out. Crazy, keep us posted. Lorraine, ICE bought 30 billion AI. Something bought 30 billion AI. Lorraine from Palantir. ICE bought 30 billion AI from Palantir. I don't know what that means. It's a message I don't get. Charlie, bought back my Palantir covered calls at a small loss, but I'm ready to move up to strike 20 or so for a break-even premium. Gonna wait and watch. Seems like Palantir is moving up today. There you go. Smart trade. This is a rollover. He's in the middle of a rollover. He's just going to plot his strategy and reposition himself and lock in new parameters and say, thank you very much. May I have another? The stock in the meantime is going up. He's writing covered calls. His stock is more valuable. He'll write another position. Nice job. Kids, those of you who are new, you're learning stuff here today from these kids who are doing these trades. You're figuring out, oh God, that triple Q trade is a $200 trade. I could do just one of those and see if I make any money. That triple Q trade at 450, 456 on those puts, you could write that in your practice account for nothing. You can replicate it and watch it yourself. Giddy up, 459.73, we're going up again. The Dow's only down 10 now. We were down 200. The Dow wants to go green. We're up 28 on S&P. We're up 157 on the NASDAQ. The Qs are the NASDAQ. Hello. We're up almost a full percentage point on the NASDAQ. Welcome to the party, pal. It's great to have you with us today. Nice to see you in the house. SoFi, $11.98, hanging around $12. Volume on SoFi today is 5.8 million. Not incredibly heavy at all. Another light day. Stock just wants to kind of get up here into the 12 level. Doesn't want to be in the 8s. Doesn't want to be in the 9. Doesn't want to be near 10. More like 12. Well, from 12 to 15 is not very far to go. 8 to 15 is asking a lot. 12 to $15, that's a nothing burger. SoFi can run at any time, depending on all those earnings. We'll see how it goes between now and Tuesday morning. James, Palantir has got a $30 million contract to help ICE on the border. That is the story. Okay. Let's say I can't read cryptic messages and understand it. Doing the best I can. Yes, Palantir is helping the U.S. government go after illegals. How do you feel about it? I don't, it is what it is. Lorraine, yes, James, you got it. You got it, James. You nailed it. There, you said it right. All right, on SoFi, 11.98 up 24 cents. The Dow's only down 5 points. Now it's up a point. Dow has gone green. That means the Qs are probably going higher. They are. The Qs are moving up, which means Crazy 49er is smiling from ear to ear as those contracts are shrinking out. Giddy on up. Nice job, everybody. Vilbus, yeah, Palantir's helping the government go after everybody. There you go. There you have it. Unbelievable. How many government elected officials are buying Palantir stock? How many members of Congress, how many senators are buying Palantir? Yeah, you got to wonder, huh? You got to wonder. Yeah. Vilbus, Peter Thiel needs to get on a rocket to Mars with Musk. There you go. Crazy 49er. Neat. He's happy. There you go. The market up 19 points on the Dow now. 185-point gain on NASDAQ. 1.1%. That's moving up the Qs, and that's making Crazy 49er richer. Tom says Peter Thiel is evil. There you go. Rich evil. Yes, rich evil. There you have it. SoFi back over 12. 12.01 now. ASTS 23.84 up 140. Rocket Lab up 115 a share. GameStop up 4. MSTR up 11. AI up 71 cents. Supermicro up 121. NVIDIA up $2. Tesla's up 260. The spiders are up 379. The Qs are up 576 to 460.32. Those puts are falling off. John T, I just copied the Q trade. Thank you. I just copied it right there. Giddy up. Give me the money. Let's go. Palantir 104.76 up 393. Costco down 677. Coinbase up 240. Google up 208. Apple up 49. Apple's gone green now. Broadcom up 577. Microsoft up 619. Intel up 61. And Netflix is up $22. Meta up 533. EI Lilly up 878. Amazon up 165. And just another thing to remind you of, the folks in New York and Chicago on the equity markets, the New York Stock Exchange and others, they want to go longer trading. They want to expand trading hours for the stock exchange. They're talking about going like 4 hours earlier in the morning and 4 hours later at night at the very minimum. So they're trying to offer the market, the world, trading hours of maybe 16 hours a day. There's talk about 24-hour-a-day trading 5 days a week. There's talk of this with maybe a 1 hour break between days. That's being discussed. It's going to take AI software to pull this off. Options will be also expanded. And so I want to tell you guys, there's a lot of talk right now about taking the Magnificent Seven and making them 0 days to expiry trading eligible. So if you're learning how to write 0 days to expiry trading techniques on the Qs and the SPYs and other indexes, you may soon be able to do the same with the Magnificent Seven and then additional stocks beyond that. That is the trend, that is the vibe, that is what the street is telling the SEC. We want to go this direction. We want to go with liquidity. We'll watch that very carefully. Definitely. All right. Crazy 49er. John T, go get it, baby. Let's go. Brian, question is, will it drop as per usual after the earnings, SoFi? Or are shorters going to flip to long the company? Jeff Glass, I know we're all here to make money and all these corporations have ethical issues, but Palantir is one of several that I just won't touch. Just too damn gross. Brian, NVIDIA, Bruce, 105. Vilbus, same says Jeff, Vilbus to Jeff. Vilbus, that's lots of stocks to trade. Lorraine, the extended hours will be great for overseas traders. Uncle Bruce, that will be means no rest for us. Juan puts pots and pans are rattling, says Juan. Someone's in the background. Auntie Jen is here, and she's getting stuff set up. How you doing, Auntie Jen? Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, kids, we've.
For coffee that drives me up.
Oh, yes, she needs her decaf coffee. You know?
That's right.
That's it right there, kids. We've gone green. The Dow was down 200 something, and now it's up 48. So we've turned it around in the first 31 minutes. That's what I see at the moment. The VIX is up now. It's improving. It's down 104, which is positive. 27.41. Welcome all. The NASDAQ is up 221 points, 1.3%. It's gained 0.4 of a percentage point since Crazy 49er put on his put credit spread on the Qs. So there you go. The Qs right now, 461.23. They were at 459. Now they're up another $2, and those puts are falling behind. They're out of the money. That means they're dropping in value. Interesting stuff. Crazy 49er. I'm watching my Tesla put credit spreads. They expire 425. Shrink, baby. Stink bid is in. Larry Titus, good morning, Auntie Jen. Splair, I have to finish some stuff today. Have a relaxed day, everybody, and go SoFi. Richard Carlin, good morning, Auntie Jen. Brian Lorraine, haven't seen your name in a while. Hope you're making money, you crazy lady. Brian, SoFi, Bruce, 1212, it's going up. Bobby got a stink ask in right now, a stink offer for Spider May 1st, 562, 564 for 26 cents. Trying to get 10 of those written right now. Spider 562, 564s. Those would be call credit spread with the market at 539. Interesting stuff. Good luck with that, Bobby. Let's see what happens. Welcome all to the program. NVIDIA 104.68 now. The Dow is up about 5. We just had a bit of a pullback here. We got program trading going up and down and up and down. 10 to 12, 10 on SoFi, up 36 cents. ASTS up $1.50. Rocket Lab up 120. GameStop up 21. MSTR up 375. AI up 80. SMCI up 162. NVIDIA up 190. Tesla up 359. The spiders are at 539 and the Qs at 460.84. Got a lot of activity here, and we've got swings going on this market now as we see Dow coming in, Dow coming out, repositioning going on. Lots of activity here. Welcome all to the program. Charlie, I copied your triple Q trade also, but I only got $35 instead of 50 something. There you go. Q is winning. He's ahead of this one. As I say, he was in early. There you go. And of course, half an hour ago is 30 minutes lost on these contracts. And Charlie, I'm dipping my toe in the water on this. Let's see if this works right now. There you go. Lorraine, thank you, Brian, for thinking about me. Less stress. I have been back and forth to Manhattan. Say hello to the others for me. Giddy up. Sales of existing homes fell 5.9% in March. That is one of the bigger declines lately. That just broke out of the Wall Street Journal, apparently. Let's see if I can get this updated here. There we go. Biggest drop since 2022. Well, why? Who is dumb enough to want to buy a house right now when we're perhaps going into a full-blown recession because of one guy's idea about tariffs being the greatest thing ever? Yeah, that's pushing people out of the housing market. Many buyers are spooked by rising economic uncertainty, stayed away from the housing market during the start of the crucial spring season. There you go. That's what's going on. I can tell you around here, there are condos for sale all over the place around here, vacation rentals and properties, and they are reducing their prices. Every second listing, price reduced. Not moving very well. So, yeah, that's not helping here. Crazy 49er, Charlie C2, giddy up, buddy. Dude, let's go. Vilbus, Uncle Bruce, don't say that. Our house is going to hit the market next week. Oh, well, here's the headlines. Those are the headlines. I'm not making it up. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. I'm sure their house will be just fine. It's a show home. It's an absolute spectacular piece of real estate. You can't get a deal like that anywhere. Giddy up, everybody. Vilbus market is still tight and competitive in the Twin Cities, though. So there you go, Vilbus. Good for you. The Dow is green again. Was down about 5-6 points. It's now up 33. Another buy wave has come in. Look at your SoFi up 43 cents now, 12.17, moving up again. GameStop at 27.36, up 24. So the markets are pulling up a little higher, which brings those puts and calls under pressure. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the party, pals. Henry T, bad news about Great Depression too, Uncle Bruce. That's also not helping. Vilbus, ours is a starter home, so it's an affordable entry price for more people. It's also clean and good condition. Fingers are crossed. Yep, if it's a good priced house, it'll sell. It's Crazy 49er, my computer can't keep up. I need more power. There you go. Yes, indeed. Welcome all to the program. Let's take a look at our question of the day and our thumbs up meter. Thank you again for hitting the thumbs ups, guys. We're pushing towards 200 again as best we can. 224 votes now are in on the question of the day. 224. Thank you for popping into the poll question. Thanks again for hitting the thumbs up button. We were sitting around 110 or so the last I saw. So we're trying to push that number towards 200. Thumbs up's now 132. Very good. Slowly but surely climbing on the thumbs up meter. 24% of you out there are writing contracts on Qs and SPYs that expire in 5 days or less, which is a much higher number than before. Welcome to the new wave of activity in the options market, everybody. Want you to make money any way you can. You all deserve it. Giddy up, all of you, and keep up the good work. Let's take a peek at the market right now as we update some of our favorites. We've got Rocket Lab up $1.22 at 21.51. We've got SoFi up 45 now to 12.19, 12.20 or so. GameStop 27.38 up 26 cents. Spire at 9.22 up 35 cents. We've got SmartRent up 2 cents at 86.8. Apple up $1.26. Tesla up 5.80. Microsoft up 7.50. Google up 2.30. Amazon up $2. Nvidia up 2.21. This is very good. 7.77 gain on Facebook Meta. So the Magnificent Seven are all green and are gaining momentum. Super Micro up 170 a share. ASTS up 160 at 24.02. AI up 81 cents now. Palantir up 437. It's 105.19. We got MicroStrategy up 301, 302. Unity up 72. Goldman up 457. Cisco up 27 cents. The Spiders are up 485. The Qs are up 729. Now 461.85, looking good. And Netflix up 26.50. Pfizer up 7 cents. Arc Innovations up $1.30. IBM still down, but only down 14, not $18 at 231.14. Uber up 230 a share to 76.08. HBQ up 31 cents. Home Depot up $1. Vanex Semiconductors up a solid $8 today. Adobe up $5.66 and Enphase $1.35. Better off. 3% gain, trying to get back some of the losses from yesterday. Welcome all to the program, the show, the channel, and appreciate all of you coming through here, hanging out with us, answering our poll question, and hitting the thumbs up button. Thank you all. Congratulations, option writers. You're getting richer yet again. What can I say? I need another computer screen, says Tom. That's what I need. Lorraine, I'm 127, Bruce. You're definitely moving up that ladder on the thumbs up button. The Crazy 49er, I have a 43-inch monitor. I got a 43-inch monitor that is split. 1/4 Uncle Bruce, 1/4 email, 1/2 trading window. Crazy 49er, Uncle Bruce has prime real estate that down here. Yes, it's prime. Bagel Front Property says, dude, Crazy 49er's loving this. Crazy 49er, it's really weird when he's eating. He's right in my face on this giant screen. He's right there chopping in front of me. Well, a guy's got to do what a guy's got to do. He's got to eat a bagel. John T, my Qs, I got in 49-cent credit. I got 10 contracts. I'm in on this one too, Bruce. There we go. We got folks watching the triple Qs right now, taking advantage of this market gain, looking at today's shrinkage, today's expiry. Folks are playing this game. John T, is it best to close them out before the close or let them expire? Worthless. It depends on your style. For some of you, you let them die. For some of you, you don't. You'll close them out and just be done with it. And again, it's a question of just your everything, personality, account position. Are you carrying margin? I don't know. There's all kinds of reasons why. I love the idea that you close them out before they die, just for pennies if you can. Take a majority position of this and grab it and go, and just say thank you. I made 30, 40, 45 cents today. Hey, thank you. How many did I write? 10. I made $450. I made $400. Yes. Do that every day, 5 days a week. That's $100,000 a year. There you go. Are you going to quibble now over a couple of pennies? You don't need to. And you don't have to worry about a last 15-minute surprise announcement or something like that. Sometimes it's best to just lock it up and run. It's okay. Crazy 49er, are you a gambler or not? I saw what it was near the end and then decide, and that is the key. Some of you, I recommend that you stay way out of the campfire, make a nice profit, and take it and run. And just forget about it. And don't worry about that trade anymore. That was yesterday's trade. Now get ready for tomorrow's trade. And that's it. That's all you need to worry about. Makes life a lot easier to work on. 12.14 on the SoFi right now, up 40 cents. Giddy up, everybody. The Dow up now 57. We haven't taken off with anything great yet. We haven't got like a 500-point run, but it is green, but it can reverse. So this is why you want to watch these trades closely all the time. Oil's up 50 cents. VIX down 103, which is positive, but not incredibly great. It's okay. But it's not like, yeah, we're going up 1,000. We're not going up 1,000 with that kind of VIX. Keep an eye on it, kids. Keep an eye. Alrighty. Giddy up. Lorraine, I have 2 monitors, one in each home, plus I add my GameStop and TV. John T, cool, thank you. Got it. All right, there you go. You guys make $400 on classes, $500 on classes, on these spreads today. You just bought 3 classes at $150 a piece. There you go. You're going to do this for the rest of your life. How much easier do you want it? Doing what we can. Crazy 49er. I let mine expire yesterday because Schwab was going to charge me $20 to close. In true Indian fashion, I got cheap. There you go. Giddy up. There you are. All right. John T, thank you. Yeah, look, if the market is climbing, you were 8 out of the money, then you're 12 out of the money, now you're 14 out of the money, and the market just keeps going along, and you're into the last hour, you might just go, I don't have to buy these back. There's no way this market's going to lose all this ground in the last 20 minutes. But hey, you just got to keep an eye on this market. That's what you never take the eye off the ball. There you go. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you. Jen, what do you say?
Bagel?
I'm hungry.
What's it going to be?
What is the bagel of the day going to be today? This is Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Boy, oh boy, bagel time. Yeah, bagel time. Maybe we got some, turkey and ham or chicken and ham or something. Maybe we'll do a mixed with some provolone.
Okay.
And we'll put on some of that Felipe's mustard.
Let's see what we can find.
A real good slathering of that, and
See what we got.
see what happens with that. That would be pretty darn cool. Giddy up. We're up 52 on the Dow, 41 points on the S&P. It's up 0.78 of a percentage point. The Dow's only up 0.13 of a point. And NASDAQ's up 1.35% of 225. So NASDAQ is the story all by itself. The other 2 indexes are plodding along. The Dow is way behind. The Dow should be up 500 to match NASDAQ. So it is not yet caught the NASDAQ. It's green, but it is way behind. So let's follow that, see what gives. One comes down, one goes up, or what? What's going to happen here? We'll see. 12.15 on SoFi, up 41 centinos. GameStop is up 20 cents. Triple Q's 461.21, holding that gain at the moment, and we're watching all the markets in the meantime to see what direction this market wants to go from here. And that gives you something to keep an eye on. It gets kind of exciting as the hours go by, as the minutes go by. These contracts that are out of the money continue to get frailer and frailer, weaker and weaker, and the spreads begin to shrink out. And you begin to notice, oh yeah, I'm up on this trade. I'm up a dime. I'm up 12 cents. I'm up 15 cents. I'm up 19 cents. All right, yeah, this is coming my way. Nice to be in that kind of a position for sure, kids. Welcome to the party, pals. 139 thumbs ups. Thank you. 227 votes on the question of the day. 24% of you are doing 0 day to expiry contracts now. You are writers. You are writers of these contracts. They are going to die worthless, and you are going to let them die. Well done. Nice going. Let them die. They get nothing. They get nothing. Well done, everybody. Welcome to the program, everyone. Nice to have you with me today from wherever you folks are. Great to have you in the house. Okay. Cool bean stuff. Okay. Hasbro stock rallies as it readies new Star Wars toys and grows profit margins. Hasbro could be a disaster later this year. I wouldn't touch Hasbro stock right now, not even close, because of the tariffs. These imported toys, they're not made in America. This could be a disaster. I don't know. Did Hasbro already import them all? Are they already in America, so they've avoided the tariffs? Will they get away with being able to market them through Walmart and Costco and Sam's Club and Target? And did they bring them in a month ago and they don't care? The tariffs don't apply to them? I don't know. I wonder. All the rest of Hasbro's lineup, though, all the other toys that are coming in, are they subject to 140% tariffs? What's really going on? I really don't know. Chrysler, Crazy 49, let them die. Wah! There you go. Let them die on the vine. 63-point gain on the Dow. We're moving up. Moving up, you guys. Here it goes. Laugh out loud. I heard on the news this morning, Trump, we are negotiating with China and talking every day. And China says, we're not talking to him. None of us are talking to this guy. We're having no discussions whatsoever. Who's Trump talking to? Some Chinese food delivery guy? Some guy came to the White House and he thinks that he's from China or something? What's going on? I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't. Brian, on my street, there have been 4 houses for sale this spring. They all sell in under 2 weeks. They all went. So interesting, Brian. Your part of town is good, I guess. It is what it is. The question isn't what happened a month or two ago. It's what's happening now and going forward. And if housing sales are dropping off the face of the earth at the height of spring selling, I don't know. This isn't good. All right, we're up 108 on the Dow now. We are definitely popping higher. We're up 1.4 on the NASDAQ market now. So Qs are definitely improving here. 461.70 for the session. The high of the day, 462.01. We're very close to the high of the day. Just said a few minutes ago. So the Qs are improving. Again, all right, everybody. 79 points to 100-point gain on the Dow. 120-point gain on the Dow now. 120. It's going higher. SoFi 1216 up 41. The high of the day on SoFi, $12.25. So 9 cents away on SoFi for a new high of the day. The GameStop shares, the high of the day, 27.46. We're at 27.34, so they're climbing again. Only 1.3 million shares traded, 1.39 million. Nothing on SoFi is trading. It's going up. This is good news. SoFi 12.17 up 43 cents. Okay. Let's go. Giddy on up. 462 looks like Qs are about to hit 462. That's another milestone there. All right, this coffee is done. And it was fantastic. Crazy 49er. We sold out of our house last year. We went on the market on Thursday. No others in the area on the market. Saturday, 11 came and gone. Sold it very quickly. Crazy 49er still sold within 2 weeks. We were gone. We blew it out. Great stuff. When that works well, everyone's happy. The realtor's happy for you. You're happy. You have certainty. You can just move on and move on to your next project. Absolutely okay. Jen and I, we sold our house in Creston back in 2015. It went in about a month, and out it went. That was that, and we were happy with the gain that we enjoyed. COVID gave the house a run up, and the people who bought the house got a great house. Everyone's happy, no problem. 49er, woo, those Qs are down to 29 cents. Come on down to 11, baby. I'm waiting for you. There you go. Down go those contracts. as we see the market now up 140 points on the Dow. The Qs are now sitting at 462.20, kind of the high of the day. These puts are out of the money, further out, and they're running out of time. They die later today. So down they come, down they go. Giddy up there, 49er. Well done. And everyone else in on the trade, well done. Enjoy the shrinkage. Keep an eye on it. Watch it shrink out. Dow's now up 150. It's about 0.38%, where NASDAQ is up 1.55%. The NASDAQ is still outperforming the Dow, which is good for both indexes. These are going to keep moving. Those Qs are going to keep on rising, and these puts will keep on dropping. S&P is up 1 full percentage point for the S&P 500. Oil up 39 cents right now. SoFi 12.22. SoFi now $12.22, up 48. This is approaching the high of the day. 12.25 is the high of the day on your SoFi, and we're just about back there again to reach the high of the session. Will we go to 12.50 today? Very possible. We're not that far out. Let's see what happens. GameStop 27.44, up 31 cents. MSTR up 122, AI up 94, Rocket Lab up 110, ASTS up 155. We're climbing. Dow's up 160 now. 176 on the Dow, going higher. Lorraine says, my cousin just sold her house upstate New York in a short time. She received all cash. There you go. No mortgage problems there. Holy moly macaroni. Interesting. Qs are now 462.54. Down go those put contracts. There you go. That's how it's done. This is how it is done. As an option writer, you can make money in hours. You can make money in a day. You can make money in a couple of days. You can make money in the week. You can make money over a month. It's a question of what kind of contracts do you like to write? How far out do you like to go? What kind of premiums do you like to collect? What kind of an account are you writing options with? Many questions. There you go. Giddy up, everybody. 165 gain on the Dow now. Alrighty, there we are. Got a bagel under construction over there. Oh man, it's happening. Let's see, anything else I'm missing anywhere else? Everything here seems to be okay. Thank you all. Thanks again for the thumbs ups today and joining this channel, letting us know what kind of contracts are you writing, how you doing on it. Thank you for subscribing to this channel, everybody. Appreciate the subscription counts. Keep seeing new members coming into the membership of this channel. Appreciate that as well. Welcome all of you as Hedge, as Chillin members, and also, of course, Gold Bagel members of this channel. Welcome all of you to the family. Great to have you here.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
All right, it's a weird one. What is so weird about?
Well, it's chicken and salami.
Oh, no ham.
No ham.
We ran out of the ham. Oh my, we got to go out.
With provolone.
But
And
it's
Felipe's. Does Felipe's go with
Oh,
salami?
sure.
Okay, good.
Oh, hot mustard. Yeah, why not? Oh yeah.
I
sure.
don't need salami.
Yeah, I don't need salami. I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know this stuff, man. What's going on? We have 139 thumbs ups. Thank you. 236 people have answered the question of the day. 24% of you are doing 0 days to expiry. You're writing options. 0 days to expiry. 24% of you. That number is growing. No question about it. Dak says, crazy 49er, triple Q trade sold 448, 450s. And I got 44 cents times 10. I'm sitting at 24. This is easy money. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. I love this game. You're up $200 already. Crazy 49er. Nice going, baby. Brian, GameStop has not been following the upswing the past few days like the rest of the market, but it is still holding strong above 27. This is great. Lorraine, Palantir and NVIDIA neck and neck at 105. Crazy 49er. I'm trying to stay between 25 cents and 25 and 30 deltas. Crazy 49er on my puts. That's what I'm trying to stay in there right now. Interesting stuff. 1218 on SoFi, up a 184 on the Dow. The Dow is looking very good. Qs are 262.14. And they're right near the high area, right in that area of the highs. Very good. Giddy up. All right. Well, let's take a look at this here bagel. We got some chicken slices, salami, provolone, cheese, Felipe hot mustard sauce, toasted sesame seed bagel. Oh, this looks. It smells great, looks great. I'm sure it's going to taste great. There you go. Jeff Glass, in my haste to write calls on Rocket Lab while working, and somehow I bought calls instead. Luckily, I was able to sell them for a 5-cent profit.
Yay.
I got my covered calls written as well, so I went right over to the other side. Giddy up. We're up 214 on the Dow, guys. 214 points. We are moving higher. We're up 1.67 on NASDAQ now, and I'm just starting the bagel, so looking good. Crazy 49er Jeff Glass. Been there, done that. Broken clock still says the right time 2 times a day. I know this game.
I know that.
Here we go. Let's go bagel. Jeff Glass, working, YouTube, writing, this ain't easy. I'm wearing a lot of hats here. Way to go, kids. Welcome all to the program. Here we go. Beautiful stuff, guys. 448, 450 on DAC. DAC has got a 448, 450 contract point. I'm taking a look here at the options quote right now, trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, this bagel is fantastic.
Okay.
Delicious. Absolutely fabulous, folks. All righty. Everyone is busy. We're up 213 on the Dow. It looks like 220. Working the market with this bagel, baby. Let's go. SoFi, 1222. Right through that 12 level. No problem. Dow, they're talking about Disney and Salesforce helping the Dow today. We're at 202.98, almost up 202 points, 203 points. We're up 62 on S&P, 279 on NASDAQ. Qs right now are up 832 to 462 now. 462.79. Okay. SPYs are up. Qs are up. And as these markets rise, we begin to top out. Call credit spreads. You go from the puts, and now you write the calls. Richard, this sure sounds delicious. It's crazy. On the Qs, you can still get 50 cents for the 458.60s. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You can still get these kinds of premiums. This is a $2 spread, and you can get 25% on your money for a $2 spread. That dies today. Susan Shops, Bruce, I just sent you an email for a weekend one-on-one. So please check your email. Okay, you got it. Susan will figure out a time to get together. The Dow is up 245 now. Lifting. The Qs are trying to hit 463 now. They're trying to hit 463. They're just short. They've done it already. We're right near the high of the day across the board on these indexes. Half the bagel's gone, and we're going up. There you go, kids. We got to rise. And Jen, that mustard is great. I'm finding some of it here. Love it.
I swear I don't put on any more today than I did the other day.
More the merrier.
It's just a crapshoot.
GameStop is pushing its high of the day here, 27.52 right now. We're up about 40 cents, trying to go higher. Very good. Yes, the United States' brand new ally, Russia, just killed 9 civilians and injured 70 more with a missile strike into downtown Kyiv. Nothing military there whatsoever. And these are the people the Ukrainians are supposed to cut a deal with? Yeah, right. You got to be kidding me. Unbelievable, the nonsense that's going on over there. Americans have got to be appalled at thinking that Russia is our ally. That these are our allies? Really? That's ridiculous. I can tell you that inside Russia, there's one guy who the Russians have been kind of protecting, that they want to be the next president of Ukraine. As soon as this so-called peace deal is signed, the Russians are going to insist on an election, and there are going to be shenanigans left, right, and center to get this Russian guy elected as president, drop him into the middle of Kyiv, and it's going to go completely Russian. It is one scary situation. You want to watch an exodus out of Ukraine? You ain't seen nothing yet. If there's any kind of a deal struck there, there will be people leaving Ukraine by the millions. It's scary. Anyway, it's a sad, sad story. 292 gain on the Dow. We're pushing a 300-point gain on the Dow. Qs are at the high of the day. It's great to see the Dow. We're trying to gain 300, but this is a nothing burger. We're up 0.7 of a point. It's not even a 1% run. Nasdaq's at 1.8, but it's by itself. The Dow is not confirming the Nasdaq move, which means to me it might be vulnerable. So, headline in the Barron's magazine, China calls on Trump to drop tariffs, says the talks are fake news. Brian, SoFi 1225, Bruce. ASTS is 2404 now. Look at that. Sesame seeds are delicious. Oh my. Thanks again for these thumbs ups. We're going from 130 now to 141. And we have 240 votes in on the poll question of the day. That bagel was great. The market is very happy. The bagel didn't hurt the market today. We're higher. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you all for joining in today. Hanging out with your buddy here, Uncle Bruce. There we go. There we go. Giddy, giddy, giddy up. Let's go. Let's go. 291 gain on the Dow. We're climbing a little more. I kind of wonder, when is it going to turn where whatever the White House says will not move the markets, but whatever Beijing and Paris and London and other center, what they say moves the market? When does the credibility go from one side to another to the market really pays attention to what others are talking about? Stuff out of Tokyo, out of Seoul, Korea. Kind of wonder that. Crazy 49er, Uncle Bruce, on my Palantir 100 covered call, is it better to wait for a big bump in the stock before rolling further and with a higher strike? What do you figure? Well, if you're a shareholder and the stock goes up, obviously you're a happy camper. If the stock has options written against it, and you're thinking about rolling. You think about rolling your put contract to a higher strike. The thing to remember, I think, here it is, 104.77 on the stock. The thing I would think about would be the contract you wrote. It's a 100. It's now $4.86 in the money. How much of the value of the contract is book value versus premium? And could you write a higher strike call further out for at least as much money so that you gain on the strike price? And or can you write a higher strike price contract further out and also gain capital on the contract? That's the ultimate position. If you can move up the strike to be at the money or ahead of the money, out of the money, and it's all premium, the value of that contract, whatever you sell it for, is all premium. I would be more comfortable there than being in a position where I'm in the money position versus out of the money. If the stock has a bit of a correction to $96, $98, then you would want that $6, $7, $8 pullback to be all a win on your premium that you want it to shrink out. Maybe it'll shrink by half, which then allows you to roll back to the 100, perhaps closer in time again to, break even position there, taking money off the table. This is what you have to monitor at all times. Brian, funny, 2 green days in a row, and I just feel like folding my arms. I'm more inclined to do things on red days, sell cash secured puts, DCAs, etc. Vilbus, I won't be long. The White House is akin to an outhouse at this point. Brian, Crazy 49er, what did you get for your premiums? Brian Vilbus, I find some outhouses to be peaceful, though, Crazy 49er, Brian, about $12. Not bad. Brian, oh, wow. Don't even bother doing anything until it gets to 112. I mean, you are good. Also, do you think there's loads of good news to account for these green days? I think there's more red to come. Crazy 49er, Uncle Bruce, it's a long call, so, it's expiring in November. Henry T, I wrote cash secured puts on Rocket Lab, $19 in the last 2 days. I bought back with a 30% gain. Thank you very much, says Henry. Dude, thank you, Uncle B. Charlie, I can't wait to visit my outhouse. Going up this weekend to open up the cottage for the summer. Woohoo! Oh, my. There you go. Well, giddy up, everybody. The markets are looking fine, looking very good. Like I say, if you're sensing that we're topping out here as the day wears on, we begin to top out, you're going to you can do a position, a switcheroo, where you can close out your Qs, the puts, or you can write calls on your puts to create an iron condor. These expire today as well. So now you have way out of the money calls. You've got obviously way out of the money puts. You might roll your puts a little higher, but only if the market keeps going. Otherwise, you're just sitting back going, hey, I'm folding my arms, Uncle Bruce. I'm letting my puts absolutely crap down to 3 to 10 cents each, something down there. I'm going to shut them down and say thank you. And I might just put together a call option, a call credit spread on my Qs that die today and let the gamblers of the calls play with those. I might or might not do that. So again, it gives you more power, more flexibility, how you want to do this. Well done, each and every one. All right, the power of the bagel didn't hurt today. Thank you for joining in with today's show. Thank you for being here today. Again, all your support. If any of you have questions or you want to get together for a one-on-one, just let me know, and we'll try to find a day and a time that works for you. A couple of you guys want to team up and do a two-on-one or a 3-on-1 or whatever with the fee and get together with me. Let me know, and we'll try to accommodate you. We'll send the link to whomever you want, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, keep writing, get richer, enjoy this game. I like this game, they say. Why not? And I'll keep an eye on it from this direction over here. You keep an eye on things from your direction, and we'll keep you posted. And definitely see you tomorrow morning for Friday expiry option day, option expiry day for everything else. Bagel, dude says, it's always nice when the bagel doesn't hurt. Hey, isn't it great? Yes, indeed. A wonderful thing. Okay, you guys, have a wonderful session. We'll see you later on. Who knows? Crazy 49er, woohoo, my Palantir $95 cash secured put for 530 hit for 660. Giddy up, man. Giddy up. Keep up the good work, you guys. Get a lot richer. All right, Jen and I are going to say our goodbyes to you in 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye.